there. How nice of you to join me in this dark back alley. You must be here for another loaf of bread. Well, guess what? You're just in luck. Today's loaf comes to us once again from the Gospel of Thomas, and it goes like this. Jesus said, "If your leaders say to you, 'Look, the Father's imperial rule is in the sky,' then the birds of the sky will precede you. If they say to you, 'It is in the sea,' then the fish will precede you. Rather, the Father's imperial rule is inside you and outside you. When you know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will understand that you are children of the living Father. But if you do not know yourselves, then you live in poverty, and you are poverty." So in Christianity, there's quite a lot to be said about the kingdom of God. A lot of these prayers talk about "Thy kingdom come." Well, what Jesus is telling us in this particular passage is that the kingdom is already here. The Father's imperial rule, as he calls it. It's not in the sky, it's not in the sea, it's inside each and every single one of us, and at the same time, it is also outside of us. The material universe is, of course, a product of the living Father, which can be called many different names. Instead of living Father, you can call it the Tao. You can call it Brahman. You can call it the great web of existence. Call it whatever you want. The idea behind the word is always the same. It is the creative and destructive principle that animates the entire universe and works from within us to animate our bodies and our minds. And this is the Father's imperial rule. And so Jesus goes on to say that when you know yourselves, then that's the best way to know your Father's imperial rule, to know the kingdom of God, to know the divine seed that is not only outside of us, but also within us. Now, of course, you can study the material universe and get to know the Creator in that manner as well. You can see the symmetry and the beauty and the eloquence with which the universe operates, the mathematical precision of the principles behind all of this material stuff that we call the universe. But this is, again, an arm's length type of understanding. We could admire it from a distance the way we would admire a fine work of art, but by going within and knowing ourselves, we get to know the artist, not from a distance. We get to know the artist intimately because we are the same artist that painted this beautiful universe that is outside of us. So don't look to the heavens, don't look underground, don't look in the sea or anywhere else. Know yourselves, and then you will be known, and you will know that you are children of the living Father, the Tao, nature, the creative principle that drives all things. And a few days ago, I dropped a vlog about power dynamics, and I talked about how each of us has power over ourselves, and there's this perception that others have power over us, but it's just an illusion. There's only one source of power, and it is within the individual. And so this is kind of an example of what I'm saying. The only kingdom, the only imperial rule that really matters is your own imperial rule over yourself. I think Pythagoras said something like, "Nobody is free who hasn't earned the empire of him or herself." Well, this is the same thing that Jesus is saying in this passage. Take it as you will, my friends. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to live well.